This is a Royal Alloy gt125. Now I bought this scooter really because I like the old style scooters. I like the way it looked. I bought it brand new this year, and the only really modification that I've done is I fitted an alarm. That's the light for it. Now I bought this brand new, and it should have come with a 2-year guarantee. I bought it from QB Motorcycles. I wouldn't recommend buying a scooter from them. The service has been terrible. I bought some extras for it when I first bought it, the seat cover, things like that. The mats, they're extras. Now, when I first got it, the second day I went out for a run on it, the bolts came loose under the seat, and the nuts for the bolts were actually down here by my feet. That's these two here. Yeah. So I'm surprised that the seat didn't come off while I was riding it. Now, none of the clocks work as they should. They're intermittent. The speedo is out. The fuel gauge tells you that it's full 1 minute, empty the next. So the fuel gauge doesn't really work really as it should. As you can see, I've only done 104 mile, and out of 104 mile, QB Motorcycles probably done about 20 of them. The scooter wasn't checked before being delivered to me because it didn't have any plastic. This trim down here has little screws holding it onto the frame. It didn't have any of them. All of them were missing. Terrible. It's just a terrible service for the price of the scooters, and this cost about 3,200. Obviously, being the GT, it's the plastic version rather than the GP being metal. But yeah, I bought the scooter because I had the Lambrettas and the Vespas back in the early 80s, and I wanted something like that but with the reliability, so I bought this. It's terrible. It's got like a restrictor on it. It just refuses to go over 50 mile an hour. It takes ages to get to 40, and then it'll go up to 50 when it wants to go up to 50. I've rung QB Motorcycles. I've asked them to exchange it because they're not bothered about repairing it or doing anything to it. So I've asked them to exchange it, and they've offered me 2,300 against an exchange, which is ludicrous really. This is a few week old. Like you've just seen, I've done 104 miles. It's brand new. I know it's second hand because I've owned it, but it's like an ex-demo version. It's terrible. Like I said, another scooter shop might be different, but if you're thinking of buying one of these, do not buy from QB Motorcycles. They're terrible. They're all about getting your money. Once they've got your money, once they've made the sale, the after sales is non-existent. They just don't care. Like I say, I look after the scooter, put the mats on to save the paint from getting scratched. It's alarmed. That's really the only thing I've done to this scooter. But yeah, QB motorcycles, in my opinion, stink. When you ring them, you get somebody answering the phone. They say, yeah, we'll get back to you, we'll ring you back, and they never ring back. They're terrible. So just be aware of this. When I used to be a scooterist back in the 80s, early 90s, it were like a family. Scooterists, used to. The scooter clubs now are totally different to how they used to be, I think. But even the scooters, the shops we used to get the scooters from, they were part of the scooterist scene. So they understood things, the QB motorcycles, all they care about is the money. Once they've made the money, they don't care. So just have this in mind when you're looking for a scooter. Don't look at QB motorcycles. There is other scooter shops, I don't want to mention them, but there is really good scootering shops out there that I found after buying this. But yeah, QB motorcycles, terrible.